Hello, world. Again, this is David Crouch of Shaking Up the Algorithms, along with my beautiful co-host.
Tomies.
And we are going to shake up the algorithms again with this amazing, beautiful guest tonight. We're going to talk about dating over 40. Praise the Lord, shots high, and all his disciples. Okay, we're going to have a good grown folk conversation. Get your mind right. If you need to write some notes, do what you got to do. We're going to drop some nuggets. And what else we're going to do?
We're just going to impart some wisdom like we always do. Although sometimes it could be a little bit of a struggle for us,
Yes.
Or challenge,
Right.
I guess you could say, out here in the dating pool now. We're going to show you how to do it and do it right.
Well, conviction never felt good. Conviction is, the truth hitting you and you don't want to deal with the hit of the truth. That's what it is. So we're going to convict a lot of people, maybe even ourselves, on shaking up the algorithm. So introduce our amazing, beautiful guest this evening, Miss Serena.
I would love to. Now, first and foremost, I just want to give a little backstory, because I met this young lady on the good Clubhouse, and she's been a powerhouse on there, as well as in her community as well. So I had to bring her on the show. And just to kind of give her name before I get a whole spiel, LaVon Sanders. But let me give you a quick introduction of her. She's a mother of 3. She's also a grandmother of 3. She's worked as an account manager for the past 15 years. LaVon has a degree in HR management, and she's the CEO and founder of Woo Wee LLC. Woo Wee stands for Women Helping to Encourage Women's Empowerment. And it's driven by a vision from God that LaVon started this platform 4 years ago to create a space where, as women, we could talk about things that we've been through, the ups and downs and the ins and outs of our lives. And Woo Wee also celebrates all women through different conferences and retreats, allowing us to release and let go of anything that's preventing us from being the best version of ourselves. So LaVon recently published her first book, which is entitled Woo Wee, I'm Free, When Life Tries to Break You. And she's also started several projects within the Woo Wee platform, such as mental health movement titled No Shame, The Silent Killer, Depression, which she's actually battled with herself for over 30 years. So she's a prime advocate in that arena. She also created a movement titled Verdi Gotta Go. And LaVon shares her journey with others as she walks through her day-to-day battles with chronic vertigo, which she's also dealt with for over 30 years as well. So, with that being said, I've got to bring on this young lady, this powerhouse, this overcomer, this survivor, LaVon Sanders. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice. A lot, but nice. I really.
It is a lot, but it's my story. It's my truth.
I know.
That's right.
That's all God's doing. I love it. Okay.
Yes.
So tonight we're talking about, what is the subject matter about? I want to be the public to be specific. I don't want to give them pieces of it.
Dating over 40?
Dating over 40 and what was it? Dating over 40 and what else we talking about?
It's
single,
on the screen.
dating, divorced over 40.
It's on the screen, Crouch.
Okay, I ain't got my glasses on though.
I don't have mine either, but
oh Lord, am I the only one that can see without my glasses?
Apparently so, ma'am. Apparently so. But anyway, thanks for answering the question, Jones. Anyway.
You're welcome.
Okay. Dating over 40. I would assume all of us here are over 40. I would assume that. And everybody knows the trials and tribulations of dating over 40, because when you're over 40, you kind of set in your ways and you know what you want and you're uncompromising of it. So my thing is, when you know what you want, the dating pool gets smaller and smaller. You know what I'm saying? When we were younger, We were, we was doing whatever. We was clowning. We was trying to figure stuff out. We didn't know what we want. We didn't know if, we didn't like people with hygiene, bad teeth, or whatever it was. So we just, kind of, test. We became lab rats. So, with that being said, how do you feel as women that the dating pool is real slim and horrible now from a woman's perspective?
I'll start this conversation. So the title is Single, Dating, and Divorce. I've been all three. I'm currently single.
Okay.
And your last comment, teeth still matter. I need you to have all of your teeth. That's still relevant today, okay? And when I tell you, most of the men I meet, the grill, oh my God, it's real. The grill is real. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's rough. That's all I can tell you. Let me just say this. I just turned 56 on July 4th. I did. Shout out to the cancers. We rock. I'm holding down the 50 plus club. And I would tell you, honestly, I never thought I would be single at this age. It's been kind of a revelation for me. I felt this when I turned 50. That's when I really started saying, wow, I have to accept there's a great possibility that this may be my reality. I'm not claiming that by no means.
Right.
I don't feel like I was put on this earth and God gave me the heart that he gave me to love people for me to be single, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. So at some point you just have to come to a reality, accept it, because I've never been a woman that says, oh, I have a man just to say I have a man. Correct. Been there, done that. It doesn't work.
It does not.
Be okay with yourself. Love yourself. And I think once you get to that space, it doesn't bother you that you're single. It gets lonely. I'm not gonna lie. It does. Right. You want somebody to come home to share your day. You want to have somebody to enjoy your wins and your ups and your downs. But you got yourself, you got God. So you have to accept it for what it is.
Okay. What about you, Ms. Jones?
Well, I mean, again, I can definitely attest what she's saying. It's slim picking. I think once you pass the 40 mark, and we were kind of talking about this earlier, because it's almost like when you look at, is there something in your background, sir?
Mine?
Because you got an echo or reverb or something going on.
No, it's just me and you, man.
Okay, it just sounds a bit off, but okay. We just go on from there. So anyway, it's almost like when you're in your 20s, in your 30s, it's like, well, I'm gonna just speak for me. I can only speak for myself. I was having fun, right? I was having fun, and certain things now that I accepted then, I would never accept at this point. But when you're young, you just want to have somebody. You want to share your time with somebody. Even if they're not the right one, you still want to have someone. You know what I mean? So you find yourself settling a lot more. And that's really and mainly because you don't know what you want. You're going through life, you don't really know who you are, you haven't really discovered who you are. So it's almost like you're going through these tests and trials to kind of figure out who you are and what you like, what you don't like, what you're willing to tolerate, what you don't want to tolerate. So once you get to your 40s, now I will honestly say, I feel like there's a level of maturity that hits really when you turn 40. I think 30s for me, there was an epiphany. But there was not enough wisdom. But 40 changed the game. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I found that a lot of men after 40, body-wise, they're their age. But mentally, they still stuck in their age. So it's like, I can't do nothing with that. I'm not there anymore. I can't do nothing with that. So that's kind of my issue. So, you know, I guess I'm just gonna go back to where I started. And, you know, when I was younger, I used to like zaddies. So I guess I'm going to the older men now. I'm gonna find me a zaddie now, you know. So
girl, I'm gonna send all of them that come after me. I'll send them in your direction because that's all that comes to me. Okay.
Me a zaddy. I just rock with that now because, you know, the 40s. I'm at the end of the 40s, and I don't see nothing here. So
okay. Well, I knew that y'all were gonna do that. So let me speak for the men. Now I didn't say males. I said men. There is a difference.
There is a difference.
Yes.
So now I'm 52, and I thank God I have all my teeth. Praise the Lord, SUTA and all his. And and my thing is that I'm like you. Teeth matter too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. There's no excuses. You have a dental plan, and you have Jesus, and you can utilize both. So, with that being said, my problem is I refuse to settle, and I don't do drama well. And you know, I always say this. Shawan hates it. The way my Capricorn set up, I mean, my thing is, it's one thing about me that I really don't care for. You know, I can't do it. I cannot. Like, my thing is, I don't have to settle. I never had. I ain't gonna say I never had, but for the most part, I've never have. And my thing is, I'm just not gonna settle for somebody nice body, wanting sex. It ain't that serious. I didn't have. If the Lord took me tomorrow, I'd be okay. I didn't did my due. But my thing is that I'm not gonna settle because of that. If you ain't, you know, I don't want you to be a bill. I want you to be an asset. I don't want you to be a liability. It's just as simple. I don't want no lazy woman. I don't want nobody that playing video games all day. I don't want nobody that don't go outside and smell the air. I need all that. One of my phrases I told Shawan one time, she's like, "Oh my God, that's very poetic." I want a woman that has so much substance so I feel substance abused.
Wow.
Period. So my thing is, if you ain't got that, I apologize for any inconveniences this may have caused your life. Don't let the door hit you on a crack on the way out, and you have a nice life. Thanks for coming out. God bless and good night.
Wow.
Is that simple?
That's good.
And Shawan, what's my phrase that pays? You become what?
They'll become Black history.
Black history.
Wow.
Just like that. Simple. So my thing is, I don't have to, I'm not chasing you. I'm not doing that. I will pursue you, but I will not chase you.
Right.
I gotta know that you're happy in the pursuit. So if I'm the only one texting, that's a problem. We gotta share that caseload. I'm not gonna be just texting by myself. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. And then 8 hours later, you decide to respond. The devil is 10 lies. Not gonna do it.
But what's with the good morning text? Good morning, beautiful, and that's all the conversation you get. Like,
no. Hold on. Those are males. Those are not men. It's a difference. My thing is, the way I talk, as much as I talk, I'm not just gonna send that text. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? What you doing? How's your day? You got your mind right? Matter of fact, I may even send you a prayer. See, this grown folk part of the conversation right here.
And you do.
Exactly. So my thing is, those right there are boys. Those are not men.
But you gotta understand, Crouch. You are considered a minority.
Exactly.
There is not many that are.
I know. I am the last of the Mohicans. I am aware of that.
And you are. You are.
But where are the rest of the Mohicans? Where are your counterparts? Like, do you have like a tribe? Like, we all have a tribe, right? So where's your tribe that follow behind
you? Unfortunately, me and my twin brother, my brother's married. Me and my twin brother were raised by our grandparents. So we were in this bubble. So we was raised old school. So when we got out of that bubble and we started meeting women unlike our grandmother, we was like, what the hell? What is that? So I have already accepted that the people like my grandmother, that those people are grandfathered. Those don't exist no more. I just accepted that reality. So, you know, but all I can do now is pray about it and allow God to draw that to me. That's it. I can't, you know. The Bible says when a man findeth a wife, and finds favor. Now, people ask me, how do you know when it's your wife? When you find favor, when everything you touch turns to gold. But a lot of people, you know, don't have, a lot of people don't use this word commitment. A lot of people are not committed to it. You know, they get mad one time, they out. I'm out. Right. You know, your breath stink. I don't like that. You should have told me that before. We was gonna get into this. I'm out. That's it. So my thing is that, you know, people don't pray in relationships.
That's right.
People want love, but they don't put God in it. I thought God was love. So you're going to take God out of it and you want love in it. That don't make sense. Mm-hmm. So, but me, like Juwan said, I want to last on the Mohicans. I'm different. So, you know, a lot of these young guys, you know, are wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, smashers. That's all they want. They want the notches on the belt. I mean, and to me, that gets old quick. It gets old real quick. Well, yeah. To me, it did. Like, I think I was a whore for 1 month of my life. 1 month. I chose whoredom for 1 month.
Not whoredom.
1 month. That's it. After that month, I was like, okay, this is what I was missing. Oh, this is my God. So, you know, it is what it is.
So I have a question for you.
Of course.
Since you're the last of the Mohicans, that tells me you're the cream of the crop. You're at the top, right?
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
So from a man's perspective, a Mohican perspective, what are the issues that you're finding from the dating realm? Because I just want to see if it's the same or similar to what we deal with as women.
Me and Shawana had this talk a million times.
Because I can't get a man to answer this question for me.
Oh, I can answer.
He can answer it.
Oh, I know he can.
Oh, it's so much. It's so much. It's so much. Well, you talking about from my experience, right? My experience?
Mm-hmm. From your experience, absolutely.
Okay, well, my experience has been a gift and a curse. The last 3 people I dated were in their 30s. I'm 52. Mm-hmm. So that's what I have attracted. But the women in their 30s act like they're in their teens. I can't do it. Mm-hmm. Like that's cute for a second, but after that, I'm out. I mean, because you got to match my capacity to live and to want to learn and to want to go forward. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them young people don't have it. So I dated one person in their 40s about a year or two ago. And the thing about it is with them is when you're so used to the boys, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't forgave that guy, you ain't lived with the hook and got that out of your system. And when a guy meets you and he's totally different from what the norm is, it's like how do you it's almost like you're afraid of the unknown. A lot of them are afraid of the unknown. Like they'd rather be with. I used to wonder why women be with the same type of guys, the horrible guys. But I'm gonna tell you why. They know how it's gonna begin. They know the middle, and they know the end. Mm-hmm. Anything that's new, unknown, you may be afraid of that because you don't know how it's gonna end. You don't know what he's capable of. You don't know if he's a narcissist. You don't know what's going on. You just, you don't know. The spirit of loneliness is a strong, scary spirit because it'll make you be with somebody and you don't even want to be with them and you ain't even healed yet. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And my thing is, I believe that you got to be real careful of being with somebody just because you want to fill that void. Because you can potentially kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And my thing is, people don't love themselves enough to want what's best for them. It starts with I have a daughter. I have 1 child, 1 grown child. She's 30. And one thing I told my daughter is a little girl, 5, 6 years old. You have to love you. Do you love you? Daddy, what does that mean? That means, do you love your chocolate skin, your teeth, your accent, your hair, your clothes? I started that. My daughter now, you can't tell her she the finest thing walking. The guy she went now worships the ground she walked on. Why? Because I gave him those nuggets. Mm-hmm. Because my thing is, if he ain't gonna do at least what your father doing, the first man who you loved, you are wasting your time. Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. I got a question on that because, and that's a beautiful sentiment that you just gave. You know what I mean? You were able to take, you know, all of your wisdom and your love and bestow it upon your daughter so that she, you know, had that, you know, that sense of self, right? But what do you say to those women that may not have had that? Because there are a lot of women out here that didn't have fathers to give them, you know, to give them the template as to what a good man should be. So it's almost like we just had to figure that shit out on our own.
I dated a woman, not the last one, but the one before that, who didn't have her father in her life. And when I tell you it was a struggle, the struggle was real. I mean, real. So my thing is, I understand. I've been with women like that, and the one thing that I've learned about that, you gotta. I'm going to say something real grown. You better put the team in the road. You gotta love them past the finish line. You gotta love them past the hurt, the anxiety, the anger, the resentment, the past. You gotta pull them out of that past and tell them you need to leave that where it's at. Because we're here. We're not there. We're here. Hey, hello. I'm right here. Let's start here. Don't worry about what happened. Start right here. Here. Right. 722 in Missouri. Here. Not there. And until you're able to do that, you always gonna have that issue. So my thing is that there are a lot of women that's been in that situation, unfortunately. You just gotta love them despite the circumstances.
So I'm that woman. My father, he's still not present. He show up from time to time. The preface to my book spoke directly about him being absent because every man that I chose, it was the same type of man. And literally all a man had to do was say to me, I love you. And that was enough for me. But the problem with that, I didn't know I love you meant look for the action to go with the I love you. So for me, it was simply those 3 words because that's what I didn't receive from him. I carried that for probably 20 to 25 years of my life.
Yeah.
So I kept picking the same type of destructive, chaotic, abusive type of man. You know why? Men can see what we wear on our sleeves as women.
Facts.
Especially when the father's absent. We wear our emotions, we wear everything, we wear our experiences on our sleeves. And a lot of men prey on that type of woman because he can manipulate her.
Right.
I was her. I'm her. I was she. I'm no longer her.
Right.
I'm no longer her. Because when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, then you do something different. You look in the mirror and you say, enough is enough. Let me take my power back.
Facts.
That's it.
And I like what you said, but a lot of people, you know, forget that love is verb. Love is a verb. It's not a noun.
It's action.
Right, you got to. You can't just say. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that I told Shawan, and I got this out of fasting. And I said God told me to share this with everybody I know that struggles in this area. And, you know, because it helped me. This right here blessed me with a great tip. After I got off a fast, God said, "Watch what you say you love." I'm like, watch what I say I love. Why God always say that? Because whoever you say you love, that means I'm involved. So that means if you say you love somebody, that means I raise the standard of what you say you love. So you can't love it at the like stage. You got to love it at the new standard. So I looked at all my relationships and I'm like, I'm showing I love them. I'm paying bills. We going out. We kicking it. We all this stuff. And it wasn't the fact that I wasn't loving her. I wasn't loving her at the new standard. When I tell you that blessed me, that blessed me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people forget that when you say you love something, God is the tag. God is that hashtag to what you say you love.
Facts. But when you don't know what love is, when you're not shown love, when you're not taught love, and the very first man in your life, your father, is not there, you have no direction, right?
This is
true. And I say you got to figure that shit out for yourself.
That's it. That's it.
Some of us, guess what? We never figure it out.
Yeah.
Well, and even at 56, I still don't get it right. But the difference between LaVon at her 20s and LaVon in her 50s, I have the tools. Now it's up to me if I choose to use those tools, because we still messed up. You're not going to get it right every single time, because people don't show up authentic and genuine in who they are. So we got to play this game up front. Oh, hey, beautiful, I want to get to know you. What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. Let's go through the whole 32 questions. And then that's your representative, right? 2 months later, the real you going to show up, because when you're not authentic and genuine, you can't keep on that facade for long.
And you know what about? Let me say this. Let me say that along with that, because this is what I feel like works. And I've ran people off with this, but hey, I don't care, because I love David more than this situation, because you may not be them. One thing people mess up about love is forgetting that what's the first thing it says in the Bible about love is that love is patient. So people don't allow love to even develop. They just go from one extreme to the next. So I've told women this. God, I'm telling you, I'm my player stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm telling you, I'm no. This is what I tell women. Look, they like, David, when do you co-commit or whatever? I said, we gotta make it to 365 days, nigga, all 4 seasons.
Wow.
If you can make it through all 4 seasons, that lets me test your gangster.
Wow.
If your gangster ain't 365, how we gonna make it through 1 season? I'll wait. Wow. Take time. So my thing is, you have people that come around tax time. You know those people.
And that's true.
You know people that come around Christmas time. You know those people. You got people that break up on Valentine's Day.
That's
you know
true.
those people.
So
my thing is that why would I trust you in the middle of the pay period? I'm sorry, that's metaphoric. Why would I trust you in the middle of the year? Absolutely not. We gotta start her and end here. If you can end where we started and we still strong, one, you get that glass slipper. You do. Other than that, the conversation.
Oh my God, I love you.
The conversation is over.
I love you.
Your mic is off right now. The conversation is over. So I have pissed a lot of women off. A lot. And they're like, well, David, I want to commit. Do you love yourself enough to commit? Did you commit to the last nigga?
Wow.
So I need receipts of that. You know what? I already have the receipts because you're single. So my thing is, if you're single, why should I trust that? I need to trust you. I'm gonna trust you when you start with me. Ain't no 90-day probationary period, nigga. That ain't long enough. 365 days. Period.
365.
Now, God said love is patient, right? So if love is patient, what you rushing for? For what?
Wow.
Okay.
Thanks for coming out. God bless. And
I can't say anything to that. That's deep. That's so deep.
But see, you get a lot of guys don't want to wait because they want that cookie. They want it. So my thing is that do we want it enough to wait until the 365? Exactly. So my thing is that I'm gonna tell you a funny story, true story. I was talking to this woman years ago, and she was like, David, I got a question. I'm like, what? She's like, I've been talking to you for a month. You never talked about sex. She said, why is that? I said, you want me to tell you a lie? You want me to tell you the truth? She said, come on, David, stop playing. True. I said, the reason I don't talk about sex is I may not have sex with you. Why am I doing that? For what? For you to be disappointed when you don't get it? I don't play those games. See, you overheard this. I'm grown. I'm 2 of them. I ain't 1. I'm both of them. You gonna come to me, you better get your mind right with the Lord and your life. All that.
You better come on. Oh my gosh, you better come on.
Man.
This is not
no
just for
comeback
the show purposes.
I have no comeback to that. All of
this
that.
is not just for the show purposes. This is him.
This is him all the time.
Like,
bless your heart.
Hey,
all the time.
everybody say that. Oh my God, bless your heart.
Bless your heart to me. I don't know what to tell you.
Shawana, this is me 24 hours a day, all day.
It is.
Bless your heart. That's boy. I got nothing else.
Now she may think I'm crazy and I get on her nerves, but she gotta respect it. You're done. Cause guess what? I'm gonna challenge you. My iron goes sharpen your iron. What's up?
I love it. Like
you ain't gonna be dull around me. Period.
If the majority of the single men, and let me say this, because when I speak, I'm very intentional not to put everybody in one basket, right? That's not fair. Right. But from my personal experiences, if they could have a quarter of what you're saying right now, I can handle the rest. I'll take the rest of that, right? I'll take the rest of that.
Yeah.
You can't find a quarter of what you're saying because it's nothing but the truth. And the problem is when you meet a real woman, as you said, you're a real man. So we got men, we got boys, we got women, we got girls. Right. But when a man meets a boy, man, whichever he is, when he meets a real woman, he's standoffish when he realizes he can't run game on her. Because see, you're going to know that about me from day one, about if you get a conversation. If you stop texting me to death for a good 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, I don't like texting.
And pick up the phone and have an adult conversation with me. Yeah. You're going to pretty early, you can't run game on me.
Yeah, I'm old school.
No, to have a conversation.
Right.
Everything is text message, inbox, social media, back channel, whatever channel, avenue. Yeah. I type for 10 plus hours a day. You're not going to text me to death. And then half the time, I don't even understand what you said because it's 3 letters. So I got to pull out a whole dictionary to decode what you're trying to say to me. When you could have just picked up the phone.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Facts.
So
I'm just saying, if you know anybody with a quarter of what you just said, send him my way. I got the best. I'm just saying.
Well, LaVon, listen. Well, I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing about that. If you do that, you're still having to overcompensate.
I'm being facetious. But listen, for real, this is the thing. And I have these conversations often because people have a perception of who they think you are.
Thanks.
So most people that I meet, as relates to men, they don't think I'm single, number one. They already have in their mindset, it's no way she's single.
Right.
That's number one.
It happens.
So that knocks me out the box because they've already told themselves she's married or she got a man. It's no way she's single.
True.
So I've missed that whole group of men.
True.
This group in the center, she's light-skinned. She's nice looking, so she wants all my money. Yeah. She gonna care about what I drive, how much money I make. So guess what? That knocks me out this box of people.
Unfortunately, yeah, this is true.
Then you're gonna come back.
Unfortunately,
you want me to tell you the truth? She's right.
I'm saying,
keep going.
Then I'm over here at the third bucket of people. Oh, she must have did something to them. It's why she's single.
Yeah.
She's crazy. She's delusional. She one of them women that's gonna slice my tires and put sugar in my tank. So that knocks me out of this group. Now come on over to the fourth group. These are the 65 plus. As Tommy said, let me pay your bills, baby. Nah, bro, I'm good. So that knocks me out this group. What group am I on? 5?
Yeah, you on
so
5 now.
You see the struggle. Now, group number 5 is the 20 plus year olds, 20 to 30. But wait a minute, I got twins that are 30. They'll be 32 in September. What you gonna do for me at 22?
So you got the Stella group, get their groove back, man. I got it.
So guess what? Bucket 5. I'm on bucket 6. Do you see the struggle?
Yeah, I see the struggle.
Okay, all right.
And then to add to that,
I'm sorry. Let me do bucket 6. These are the married men who ain't happy at home. These are the men that have the girlfriends who are not happy at home and they want me to be the other.
Yeah. Now, let me say this. And me and Sean was talking about this. And this is true. Now listen, I want you to hear this one too. A lot of people, like say for instance, you have these dating apps and stuff, which is not so even better than the other stuff that we got to go through. But a lot of people are confined and not willing to take a chance out of their own state. They just stay in the backyard of where they're at. Me, I done dated in Cali, New Orleans, Atlanta. Like my thing is, I don't confine myself. Matter of fact, it ain't too many people that I said after the last two that I would date here. Period. Because I feel like it's women, it's all kind of women with different mindsets in different states. So I'm not gonna confine myself to here and lose out on what I could have. A lot of people ain't gonna do that. If they don't see him and touch him and all that, they don't feel like it can work. And it's fine because I can understand the struggles with that. But it's like you gotta pick your poison. You gotta pick what's best for you.
That's very true. I'm definitely the touchy-feely and I want to see you often. But because of where I live is very close, small, everybody knows everybody. I don't date locally. It's no way possible because somebody that I know knows that person or knows who he's with besides myself.
Right.
I have to date long distance. I can't stand dating long distance. But at some point, we got to come together and say, okay, who's going to do what? This is not long term. I'll do it for the meantime if it's working. But at some point, we're going to have to have this conversation. Are you coming here or am I going there? One of the two has to happen at some point. So I don't mind long distance. Matter of fact, I only date long distance. I don't date locally.
Okay. At all. Well, I mean, that gives you a seventh category.
And number 7. The long distance, that ain't working either.
but I feel, and you know what? I don't want to be the person that says, well, you gotta, wait on God, and you just gotta.
I mean, me and God
be patient, and you gotta be patient.
The ETA. Can I just get the ETA? Can I just get the tracking number? That's all I want. Because then I know how much longer I gotta sustain myself and keep preparing for him. Right? Can I just get a tracking number? That's all I want.
I totally.
That's it.
And then I was gonna say that what adds to it, that'll make it even better is you got guys from the ugliest to the finest. know that there is 15 of y'all, about 15, 16 of y'all to every one of us. We know this.
And that's true.
And this is the part I understand why women do that. I mean, and women play with men that are really sincere and really want them. Like, why you messing with that? You know what I'm saying? If he loves you, this is how you know a man loves you. And I'm not saying that there's always an exception to the rule to this too. You know how much a person loves you by how much he's willing to sacrifice. Mm-hmm. If you struggle in sacrifice, you're going to struggle in love. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. So if you don't know sacrifice, you'll never know love. Period. So my thing is, it's not just about the money. It's not just about, it could be, hey, I'm taking time out of my day to pray with you right now. I'm taking time out of, I know you need me. You're not feeling well. I'm going to come over there and bring you something without you asking.
You better come on.
So my thing is that that's when you know. And when you play with a man like that because you ain't willing to heal, that ain't on him. That's on you.
That's true. And that's true. But what we're trying to tell you is those type of men ain't around.
They're not. Sorry.
Well, no.
And I'll take that back. It's not that you're not around because you're a prime example that you are.
Correct.
But it's like finding a needle in a haystack.
I understand it. And you know what? Believe it or not, and you may not think so, but it is on our end too. You know why? Because my thing is, I don't want a video vixen. I don't want just a woman, a Proverbs, 31 woman. I want somebody who embodies it all. So my thing is, you would be amazed how many women I've prayed for and be like, you pray? Or you do this and you do that? It's a lot of women that I meet that don't have no drive, that feel like they just here and they gonna be here as long as they feel like it. Like God can't snatch them right there. And they have no vision, no goals, no drive, no nothing. They lazy, they don't want to do nothing, they don't want to help you do nothing. None of that. Because you have a resurgence of women, and you can talk about this too, Shawan, that are head of the households. That wasn't even your birthright. So now you're going against that. And I'm not saying that you gotta do what you gotta do. Because a lot of the men aren't there. So I'm not saying that that's wrong, because you gotta do what you gotta do. But
so how do we get the good men and the good women in the same place? That's the question. Because I will never say, I'm not the woman that says, even though it's a struggle, there are no good men. I would never say that, because I run across them, but either I don't have access. And let's be clear, just because you're a good man and I'm a good woman, it doesn't mean we're supposed to be together. It's not that simple.
Right.
That's true.
Sometimes the compatibility is just not, the chemistry is not there. You can't force it just because you're a good man and I'm a good woman. You can't force something that simply doesn't work.
Another thing that'll help a lot of this mess that's going on is you have so many people on especially on social media, that tear each other down more than building them up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's true.
Oh, he's a fuck boy. He's this. He's gay. He's this and he's that. Men ain't shit. And this. Oh, she's a thought. She's this. She's that. She done had 50 niggas. All my free. You have all of that. Nobody is saying enough. Hey, I love you. I'm just saying it just because. I love you today. Right. Tell me about your wins. Tell me about how your day was. Hey, we should all get together and hang out and eat on me. Nobody doing that. But you have a resurgence of what's normal is the hell. That's what's normal. Mm-hmm. We made that the new norm. If you don't have any drama, then why do you think we have all these reality shows? If you don't have no drama,
nobody's interested.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna be interesting. Mm-hmm. So my thing is that when the world lets go of drama and love like they're supposed to love, and sacrifice without having stipulations on the love and micromanage. I never get, me and Shawan had this conversation too. We talking about the love languages. I said I want them all of them.
All of them, absolutely.
You ain't gonna micromanage me, nigga, and give me one. If I ain't got all of my love languages, period.
That's right.
Oh, so if my love language is touch, I don't care about the rest. Stop playing with me.
No, all of them. I agree.
So my thing is, that's another way to micromanage love.
Right.
Oh, this is my strong suit, affirmation. So if I say you're cute all day, you should be okay. Stop playing with me.
I can't with you. Oh my God. I cannot with you. Girl.
Just don't stop.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I called Shawan with an attitude. Shawan, you know what? These niggas have been talking about 5 love languages, and I'm gonna be like, who the hell you think they talking to? You are cheating yourself. You on one, you cheating yourself.
I got nothing behind that, because
I ain't think you would.
I don't. I ain't gonna even try. I'm not gonna try.
I wouldn't either. It's okay.
You dropped the whole mic and picked it back up and wrapped it around it. I got nothing.
I'm greedy. I want all what I'm supposed to get. You ain't giving me bits and pieces. No.
I know that's right.
So when you love yourself enough to not compromise that, the whole narrative is going to change.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what I've learned in my 56 years of experience with men.
Okay.
Relationships.
Okay.
30 of those 56 was me living for my wants, because I just gotta have it. And he just so fine, and his, know what, it's just all that. Like, we dickmatized and yada, 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 yada. We grown up in here, right?
Right, of course. Come on.
The last part, Okay, I get it. There's your wants, and then there are your needs, at least mine, right? So wants are now way back here. Because most times we don't need what we want.
Right, come on now, come on.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Because the want is usually something that ain't doing us no good at all.
Period.
And it's just good to us. Ooh, it ain't doing you no good, but it's good to you.
I like that. Great.
But your needs are necessary.
Thanks.
I cannot function with you without my needs. They are non-negotiable.
Right.
My wants, I'll negotiate, because a lot of those got me where I'm at anyway. Because I was wanting too much of wanting. And they taught me some very valuable lessons. So at this point, needs are non-negotiable. You either have them, and it's not a long laundry list, like, men, oh, she got this, she got to check all these things off of this list of 100 things. That's why you're single. No, stop putting me in that category. That's not me. That's who you're used to dealing with, but you just meeting me. Don't put that responsibility on me because I'm not carrying it. Let's be clear. I'm not carrying that. That's your hang up, not mine.
Right.
Get to know me before you start labeling me from your past.
Yeah.
Because I'm not her. Right. I'm not none of hers.
Right.
I'm me. These are my needs, which I'm going to communicate with you. Day one. Oh, you tell too much stuff from day one. Don't you know men are going to take that and they're going to become the man that you want? That's what I want him to do.
Right.
Right. He can't read my mind. If I don't tell him, what is he supposed to do?
Right.
Now, if he becomes what I've said in communication, that's dandy. Is it authentic? That's what I'm waiting for. Because at some point, if it's not, he's going to slip.
Right.
You can only be fake but for so long. May take 6 months. It may take a year. It may take 365.
Right.
But guess what? The true self will show up one way or the other.
It will. Every time.
And when it does, you make your decision. You keep staying or you keep dealing or you move. But when my needs stop being met, deuces.
You know, this show is called Shaking Up the Algorithm. You know, to shake up relationships or shake up things, the monotony of the past of when you're dealing with people. When you started off, the first conversation, I dare anybody that heard this do this. When you dating somebody and you have an interest, you started off with prayer. That'll change the whole narrative. Prayer is, it could be like, first of all, they could be like, oh, wait, what's going on? Now, I did, Shawan's called it Coke 45 stuff, but whatever. I did some Coke 45 grown folk stuff one time. I had a conversation with a woman, this was years ago, and I said, look, we had a good conversation. I love your energy, this and the third. But I need you to pray to God and ask him, is this what you need? I can accept that L now, rather than you go through the motions and I have to deal with it later. Mm-hmm. When I said that, it messed her up. Like, what? Who said that? Because I trust God over you.
You better come on, man. Listen.
So my thing is that,
what's your phone number, boo? Stop playing. Stop playing. Like, what we doing? Because I'm feeling some type of chemistry, going like, what? We'll talk after the show.
No,
we'll talk after the show.
Right. But seriously, what the thing about it is that a lot of people ain't willing to be brave enough to do that. Because hey, if I'm attracted to you, I don't want to put that in nobody else's hands.
Right.
I'm taking matters into my own hands.
That's true.
And I always say, God, and I'm giving y'all some more of my David Cross game. Whenever I talk to somebody of interest, I'll always say, hey, God, if she is not right for me, remove her immediately. If she is, keep her here.
Yes, amen.
That means she's supposed to be implemented in my life some type of way, and I can respect that. But she may not even be somebody I'm supposed to be with in a relationship with. Well, we're supposed to may do business together. We're supposed to do something else together.
That's right.
My thing is, God, show me what I need to see.
But guess what? We ain't ready for him to show, because when he does, we try to maneuver and trying to figure out how to keep him around. Wait a minute, God. Remember, he did this thing for me yesterday. That was nice for him to do that. You got to be careful what you pray for, because he's going to show you.
Exactly.
This is facts.
So,
but my thing is, if you're patient enough, all you got to do is let a person talk. You ain't got to ask them no questions.
That's right.
Just let that nigga talk. You let that nigga talk, he gonna talk himself into his own grave.
That's right.
Now here's the problem. You let the nigga talk, and because he's so fine and cute anyway, you decide to be with the nigga
anyway. Yeah.
All the red flags are there. Yeah. All the red flags are there. God throwing a water bottle at your water balloon at your head and say, "Hey, now you see this nigga wrong. You see this nigga a narcissist. You see this nigga do that. You see this nigga do that, and you gonna be with this nigga anyway."
But he said he was sorry.
Oh, he said he was sorry.
He said he was sorry, and now I'm going to do it again.
But what did God say? Oh, you don't want to hear that?
I didn't like what God said, because it didn't match what I forgave him, and he told me we can go to counseling. Okay. He said we can go see a therapist to work on our relationship.
Okay, question. And where is that nigga now? Okay, thanks for coming out. God bless and good night. Exactly. Right. Next question. What are we talking about?
I got nothing. My God. You wearing me out, DC. You wearing me out over here.
I'm just saying. Nothing. Hey, one thing we're gonna do. This is why it's called shaking up the algorithm. We ain't gonna play with y'all. We gonna say it, and the truth is convicting. Look,
yes,
I've had to learn this lesson the hard way. I'd have been married twice. I love the sanctity of marriage, but because they failed, and you know, I ain't no punk. I'm gonna be transparent. The first one I married, I was young. And she told me, David, I ain't gonna be your girlfriend long. You need to make me an honest woman. So I didn't marry her because I loved her. I married her because I didn't want to lose her. Mistake. Number two, I married the second one I married was an ex. An ex is an ex for a reason. Respected. So listen, I didn't use those things to continue to break me down. I use those things as learning tools. David, you got to be more patient. Look at the big picture. Don't mess with them because you don't like starting over. Oh, I just said something else. Don't just mess with because you don't like starting over, or you don't want to feel inconvenienced and mess with them, or you want to mess with them because they feel familiar or it's comfortable there. You know what that feel like. You done been there before. You done been in that bed. You know what time it is. She's cool. She Team David. So what's the problem? So, with that being said, I've learned the lesson the hard way too. Now, because I wouldn't be able to talk about it. And I'm okay with talking about it because one, it releases me from that. It allows me to continuously take them off the hook. Because if you don't take them off the hook, you're still screwed. So my thing is that I have taken these niggas off the hook. And I said, it's okay. I can love you from a distance, but you ain't good for me. You're not. You may be good, but you're not good for David. The one that's gonna be good for David is go push David. Go speak life into David. Go encourage David. Go not tear David down. How you gonna turn me down and I gotta be strong for both of us? And you continuously ripping me apart.
That's real, because when I speak with my platform, my organization, I support women, but part of supporting women is being able to tell them when they're wrong, right? And how we speak to our men is so wrong a lot of times, and then we wonder why we can't hold on to a man. I've been her before, so I can admit the first thing about change. The first thing to anything is acknowledging.
Correct.
If you can't acknowledge and you can't take accountability,
facts.
It's a wrap. Facts. You ain't trying to do nothing different. That's where it starts.
Yeah.
And how we talk to our men sometimes, it's not cool. And some people all the time.
Right.
And that's why their men come for people like me. But I don't want that residual stuff. Don't bring that foolishness over here. That's a whole pack. That's a whole 4-piece set of luggage.
And then you got some people that feel like the verbal abuse is because they love you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's toxicity.
This is why people's mind has convinced themselves of that. Well, if I got them mad, that means I'm in there somewhere.
That's toxicity. No.
Right, it is. But this is the world. Unfortunately, we live in.
Or what they call it, trauma bonding. That's what a lot of relationships are now, because you're traumatized, I'm traumatized. We bringing that thing together, and this is all we're doing the whole relationship. Yeah. But I love you.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what love looks like?
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody confused. Like, is it me or is it you?
Everybody confused.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it goes down to what I was saying earlier. You got to love you. People don't understand the importance of that. When you love you, you ain't gonna tolerate no mess. Period. It's but people, people don't even come to me because I look intimidating. Because I ain't taking no bullshit look. Period.
I have an RBM face, and I get that all the time.
Right.
Why don't you smile? Well, give me a reason to, and I'm happy to. Period.
So.
A to the man.
A to the man.
Something here. This is something here.
Right.
It's something.
But like me and Shawan, like I said, we've been having these conversations all the time. We go, that's a good show. We talking about this all the time, and we've been talking about each other's relationships and how we've dealt with that stuff. And and my thing is, at this point in my life right now, like my time, you starting off at a -0, like -1. That's when you starting off. You want to get on the board? You want to put a chip on the board, nigga? Act like you got some damn sense. And nothing.
Look, let me take this phone number.
Right.
And if I got started -0, look.
Well, another thing about my thing is, believe it or not, and Shawan was shocked when I said this. And this is the harsh truth. When I've told women, potential women I've dated in my past, hey, look, I'm not compromising my relationship with Christ, period. Period. Next day, no call, no show.
Of course. But that's fine, because you're not wasting my time. I ain't gonna waste yours. That's fine.
Right. And then I've even said this. Now this gonna strike a nerve of mine, but I've said this. I'm gonna say something real grown. Here goes something else grown. Everybody I've dated and I've been in a relationship with, I've said this disclaimer. If for any reason we don't make it, trust me, the next one's going to be a considerable upgrade.
Woo-wee. That's all I got for that. Woo-wee.
Just facts. Facts. I'm going to draw what I want. Period.
Okay.
What that pastor say? When you know who you are, it's gonna make. What do you say? When you know who you are, it's gonna change who you argue with. I don't argue with non-factors for what? Why would I do that? For me to argue with somebody, I gotta give a damn first.
Wow, that's so true.
Don't I gotta give a damn?
Yeah.
We gotta start off there. I have to give a damn first.
Facts.
Now, here's what I tell people too, and Shawan heard this a lot too. My vulnerability is expensive.
Gotta come on. Yes.
It's because for me to say, okay, I'm gonna give up the rights of control to let you in this nigga circle. Oh, that's expensive. That's a lie.
Wow.
When you put it on the rack, on the sales rack, that's where you mess up. Okay, put it on a for sale rack. That's when you get the 20-some-year-olds, and you get the non-factors, the b-boys, the people that stay at their mama house, the people that be on video games all day, the alcoholics, the narcissists. When you own who you are, it changes who you attract.
And that is true.
So,
but if that's the case, why are we all still single?
Well, because God is preparing us. Are you prepared? I see you got your hair done, so you preparing something.
I would just part of being grown is knowing not to say nothing. Right?
There you go. That's it.
I'm not. Pick your battles, right?
You know what? Y'all ain't gonna ever forget me. Y'all ain't gonna ever forget me in this episode. Both of y'all Africans. Both of y'all. When you get done. Dana was funny. He was crazy, but he told the truth.
He told the truth. Absolutely, he did. I ain't even mad.
He said that. Now, I'm not gonna be in no other, black men in meetings. They kick me out. I didn't say too much.
And I wonder why. Because guess what? They ain't trying to hear the truth either. Let's be clear. They don't want to hear the truth either. Right. And they mad that you sit here telling us all of this right now. Because he telling all the good stuff. He telling the truths of what we don't want women to really know, what we doing. Right. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Yep. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And then another thing is, you know the easiest women to finesse that men finesse? Women with children.
Mm-hmm.
You got children? Man, look, all he got to do is do one or two things. It's a wrap. Because if you can make them happy, you make her happy. It don't take a lot of work for that. So you got to really use your discernment. Because here's the thing. Me and Shawana had this conversation. I may choose you, but you are the deciding factor if we're going to be together. You close the deal. I don't. All I do is choose you. If you say no, guess what? It's no. I'm out. I can't do nothing. If you're not consenting, guess what that means? I'm out. So watch what you choose to consent. You have the power. We don't. All we do is make an observation and choose. If you say no, it's no.
Showing off tonight, Crouch. Showing off tonight, boy. Showing off.
Yeah, he is. Just a little bit, he is.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. I'm impressed, and it's hard to impress me. So I'm impressed. Yes.
I'm hung with the best of them,
Good stuff.
But so, in conclusion with all of this, what have we learned? We've learned that the main thing is to change the narrative. What I mean by that is exercise some patience. Stop talking about, well, when is he going to come? And prepare. I dare you to prepare and stop saying, when is he going to come? Because I guarantee when you prepare, that's what brings them. I just said something else nasty. When you prepare, that's what brings them. But if you sit up and saying, I'm cute, but when is that nigga coming?
Listen, that right there, I got his drawers ready. I got his closet space ready. Stop playing. I got where he gonna put his shoes, his underclothes, his toothbrush, his toiletries, his cologne, and our Bible. Stop playing.
Okay, well, let me tell you about that. See, is this gonna bring out a whole bunch of stuff? Let me tell you about that and that mindset. Most men being put under those circumstances don't like that, because if he moves in with you, He's at the mercy of what you may feel that day. No man like feeling like that. And like if we married, that's different. But if I'm dating you and we moving in, we shacking up or whatever, then it's like, damn, what if I piss her off? She may put me out.
I'm not shacking up with nobody.
But I'm making a point because y'all ain't the only one listening. I want everybody to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is that until you make them feel comfortable about being in a situation with you, whether it's married, dating, whatever the circumstances may be, that's going to be in the basement of their mind.
Mm-hmm.
People suffer from abandonment issues.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
People suffer from, I'll leave you before you can get a chance to leave me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out because I feel that you're trying to leave me, even if they ain't.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, like I said, first conversation. Hey, can we do something different? And like, what? Can we pray together? Like, right? So if they run, that's not them.
That's not for you. Yep.
If they are wanting that and they got the capacity to deal with you praying, that's the right one. If the nigga say, let me pray after you,
wow.
I ain't got to say nothing else. So my thing is, how often does that happen?
I can count on one. I can count on, well, say one hand, but I'm gonna take some fingers down.
Exactly. Anybody that is listening to this, how often do you want to date somebody and you pray on who you're dating for? How grown enough for you to say, okay, I'm gonna pray, God, if this is your will, let it be done. But if it ain't, let them find who they need to find. Who gonna do that? Mm-hmm. I dare somebody say something who did that. So, with that being said, you put God in it. You can't help but go wrong. Not your 5 love languages, God. I'm talking about all of it. His presence in it. His intentions. So that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. You done gave out some nuggets tonight. Okay. Mm-hmm. But see, the thing of it is, y'all, I hear this all the time. So it's not like it comes as a surprise.
I gave Shawan so much
I love seeing, this is the moment where I love seeing the expression. To see the look on LaVon's face hearing this for the first time, it's like mind blowing. I mean, I felt the same way the first time. I was like, who are you? What I ain't never met nobody like that. Right. Trust me, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
And like Shawan said, this is me 24 hours a day, every day, 7 days a week.
That's a lot.
And my thing is that, I'm okay with that because I've ran the people off that don't need to be with me. Because I tell God all the time, whoever's in my life that don't need to be there, remove them every day. Without fail. And God honors that. That's why my God is big, but my circle is small.
Mine is too.
That's
mm-hmm.
I don't play those guys.
Ooh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. Crouch.
Y'all got any questions? Throw at me. Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm so good. Like, it's not many people that can render me speechless. You're one of them.
Well, it's all God. It's all God's doing. But you know what I'm saying? The one thing about me is I've lived it and I apply it. A lot of people don't apply what they live.
Exactly.
Like you ain't go, fool me twice. You ain't get a third, fourth, fifth time. Like once I've learned from my divorces and went through our relationships with women, I've learned I'm not gonna be a repeat offender of stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point, when I know better and I get into the same situation, I can't blame them.
That's right, because you knew better.
Facts. So my thing,
you know better, you're supposed to do better.
Supposed to. So there's
yes.
There's an accountability clause that people are not adhering to.
Great.
You know what I'm saying? So me, I'm not playing those games. But see, I own that, because it took a long time to love David.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to allow any woman to compromise that relationship. Period.
Point blank and the period.
All of it. All of that. So my thing is, I pray for everybody I know. I pray, I'm going to be praying for you. I pray for everybody that I come in contact with, that God allows me to come in contact with. Because I want everybody to win. I want everybody to fall in love. I want everybody. I want it bad. But my thing is, I don't want it bad enough to compromise what I'm supposed to get.
Right.
A lot of people, they just jump. You still got to be patient. Exercise the patience. So, I mean, I try to do it every day. Some days are easier than others, but, for the most part, I try to exercise that mindset every day.
David Crouch.
You can talk, Miss Sanders. It's okay.
I ain't saying nothing. Look, I'm full over here, okay?
I'm all the way. I've been full for the last probably 15, 20 minutes. I'm good.
I'm full over
here. I don't even know what
shut it down.
After all that.
You didn't shut it down.
8 to the man. That's all I got for you. If all hearts are clear. Because I'm good.
What you say, you can come by letter of recommendation. Come on.
Right.
If all hearts are clear and full, hey, it's a wrap.
Let the church say amen. Right.
Man.
But I mean, my thing is, I honestly feel that there need to be more groups. Like, there need to be groups like this of people that express themselves. I mean, you have a few podcast people that do it in groups like that, but there need to be more.
It's not enough.
It's not enough, because my thing is, look where we're at. Here's another thing, and I'm gonna ask you, because I done asked Shawan 50 million times, and it bothers my soul. Maybe because I done got older, and I never thought I'd feel this way, but it rips my spirit up every time I see it, because I have a daughter, right? I will never understand why you have women on social media, whether it be TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, whatever you own, that you feel the need to show your booty and ass, titties out, and then you want respect at the same time. You got to pick a side, nigga. You can't. You ain't gonna do both. So either and my thing is, for you to do that says a lot about you.
And that's
because a man can love you with a potato sack on.
That's true.
You ain't gotta do all that. If he gonna be attracted, you ain't gotta do all that. It ain't that serious. But it's like every post when I scroll, it's somebody showing their ass or dance. But at the same time, you don't want to be called a bitch. You don't want to be called. You don't want to be disrespected. Oh no. But you're being disrespectful to yourself. So you can do it, but nobody else can do it. Got it. Yeah. So my thing is, you got all these things going on, but you implement. You a boss bitch, bad bitch. You want to be respect. Oh, nigga, you gonna respect me, and you showing your ass. I'm trying to find the reasoning and trying to find the thing behind that. Because my thing is, okay, let's say you want a man. You know what type of men you're going to try? Matter of fact, I'll take it another direction. You want a man with money. Do you know how many women want men with money? Do you know how dangerous it is to want a man with money? A man with money can screw you and your mama and put you both for your ass out. Don't even give you an Uber home. And say, lose this number. There's dangerous to want that.
It is. But I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why that is.
Okay.
Number one, that's the picture that society paints. That's first and foremost. And when you conform to that, then that's why we have so many women getting these BBLs. Because
Yep.
TV, movies, concerts,
Yep.
social media shows us as women that we're not accepted or wanted by a man of status unless we have the big booties, the big breasts, the wigs, the weave, the braids, whatever you want to call it. That's society. And we're living based on what acceptance looks like per society. That's number one. Well, matter of fact, let me move that down, because number one is you have no self-love, no self-esteem, and you're very insecure.
Right.
All three of those are number one. Because if you did, you love yourself as you are.
Correct.
You don't want to change. I don't like that the back of my back now, because I've gained weight and it's getting harder to take off as I get older. Look like a pack of biscuits that I've already popped open.
Right.
But and I joke about it because it's me. You take it or leave it. Use it as some extra love handles. As far as I'm concerned, my love handles are on my back, just not on my side. What's the problem?
That's it.
You know what? You need help too. You need help.
But I'm just saying, when you love yourself, you love everything that comes with who you are. I don't like my faux pas, but I got one. I got 2 or 3 of them at this point.
Okay, I understand. I got you.
I'm just saying, love yourself. When we say we generalize so many things, right? So when we talk about self-love, let's go there.
Facts.
Right. Let's stop titling stuff, but we ain't living up to the titles.
Right.
If self-love means self-love, let's stop saying self-love as if it's some general term, but it comes with limitations. And we only want to show up with the pretty parts of who we are. We don't want to deal with the I call them unpretty truths. The unpretty truth is I got a couple of faux pas. I'm mad at it, but I can do something about that.
Correct.
Instead of keep complaining about it or going to get fixed. Now, I'm not knocking nobody that has any type of surgery. Do that for you. Don't do it for everybody else. That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
If it's something about yourself you don't love, fix it.
Facts.
Stop talking me to death about it.
Facts. That's facts. I like you're right.
That's all I'm saying.
You're right.
So self-love looks like loving the unpretty truths about who you are as well. Because we try to cover that part up and we want to sweep that thing under the rug because can't nobody know that part about me. What will they say about me? Well, guess what? They've been talking about you anyway. Get over it.
That's facts.
That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
Yeah.
A real man go love what you hate about yourself.
Exactly.
Period. But again, you know, you gotta know how to separate the two. You know what I'm saying? So it's more than just okay, yeah, that's what it is. But my thing is, what do you gotta ask yourself, what do you feel that you deserve? And like you said, I'm gonna use the same thing you said, Levon. Stop talking about it, prepare for it, and get ready.
Do it. Just do it.
If you deserve this type of guy, whatever, God is gonna draw that person to you. I mean, I am a firm believer of that. It happens. It will. But you gotta make the decision if this really person that you need to be with. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody perfect. Everybody got flaws. Can you handle the flaws? You have the capacity to handle it. Tell you something I told another woman a long time ago. I asked the woman how strong her back was, right? She thought I was a freak. You been a freak, you freak! I said, no. I'm going to tell you why I said asked you how strong your back is. I said, because the cross that I have to carry is heavy. So if one day I can't carry it, can you, nigga?
Okay, I'm gonna get my paper here. Hold on.
So, needless to say, you know what that nigga is. Black history. Because she don't have the capacity to understand that wisdom.
Woo!
So if I can't carry the cross, nigga, one day can you? I'll wait. Take time. Yes, no, maybe.
You said you had a twin brother, right? Oh, dang, he married. Man,
He married.
That's okay.
But my thing is that, you know what I'm saying? But you would believe it or not, and I'm not saying that, hey, I'm the prize, I'm this, that, and the third, but I just have expectations of us. Anybody you with and you ain't got no expectation is sad. I don't do potential, I do expectations. There's a difference. Mm-hmm. Because everybody ain't gonna live up to their potential. But an expectation is this. So you have work to do, nigga. Are you gonna put in the work? What you gonna do? Matter of fact, watch this. You can't do it. Let's pray about it and ask God to give you strength to do it. Let's go. Oh, you can't handle that. See, that's the grown folk part of the conversation. So my thing is, you need more conversations like this.
Y'all know how the grown folks, they start rocking back and forth. That's how y'all see me rocking back and forth. All I can do is rock back and forth.
What? Right.
You know, Jesus. Call his name. All I can do is, and my feet wiggling at the bottom.
Right. I mean, but this is why God chose us to do this. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot to say. Me and Shawan talk all the time about everything. You know, she's been a blessing to me in so many ways. So it's like, you know, to have somebody in your life that can understand you and don't feel like it's overwhelming or you're saying your words getting too big or this, that, and the third. Because it ain't too many people that I know that's like me. Period. And, you know, Shawan's not even in my same state. Shawan's somewhere else. She in North Carolina. So my thing is that, you know, we met and she understood me and she wasn't like, huh? What are you talking about? What? She understood. So my thing is that imagine being, you know, the person in your circle that wants to thrive to get here. And you have a lot of people in my circle that are comfortable.
That's rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Very rare.
Extremely.
So my thing is, you know, like I said, we talk about everything. And this is what allows us to heal individually and collectively. You know what I'm saying? We talk it out and get it out. You know, even with you in this conversation, you said a lot of people ain't wowed you. Now imagine if this gets to a bigger circle or a bigger demographic.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It needs to hit that.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we can pass this podcast around as many times as we want. But a lot of people need to hear it.
I agree. You know the problem with communication, though, a lot of people, you know, I hear people all the time, communication. We got to have communication. We got to talk. But guess what comes with that?
And then afraid to be transparent.
Yeah, if we can't hear each other, it's pointless. Like it's just like the Charlie Brown teacher.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because let's keep it real. Most people listen to respond because they quick to ready to jump off the gun and say something and don't let you get your thought out.
That's it.
They're already prepared for what they're going to say and they're going to interrupt you. Trigger happy.
Yeah.
So listening is key.
It is. And another thing is, me and Shawana got this conversation before. You know, I don't know if you have sons. But,
I have two.
Okay, so this is what I ask women with sons because, you know, I answer this question and I've asked this question because I have a daughter. I've learned a lot of what I've learned with women, dealing with women, from watching my daughter from an infant and seeing her tendencies and seeing what she does and how she holds me accountable and how she says, Daddy, you got to have some integrity. Don't say it if you ain't going to do it. This is what made me into a better man. So here's my question to you. Having sons, what are the biggest lessons you've learned about men having sons, watching your sons?
Let me say this. My oldest, we've not had a relationship in 12 years now. However, the best parts of who I am, I see in him. even though, in spite of.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest, he's 16.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot in him. And the crazy part is I don't have a great co-parenting relationship. But I can still see the good stuff because I work really hard and I'm very intentional. Right. We don't parent the same, so it's a struggle. You know, that's just the truth of what it is. This is my situation. It's my story. And so I have to go extra hard and pour in extra love into him to combat some of that stuff, because that's how I want him to grow up and to be remembered for. But it's hard because a lot of things he's learning on the other side, I don't agree with necessarily. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But one thing you'll never hear me or see me do is to say that to him, to pit him against that side. I would never do that. Correct. Because as he gets older, he'll continue to see that for himself. That's it.
That's correct.
So that's as it relates to both of my sons. That's probably not the answer you were looking for, but again, that's my truth. So I'll continue being the mother that I know to be, even to the one I don't have a relationship with.
Got it.
The door is open when he's ready to walk back, and I will accept him with open arms.
Got it. One of the biggest lessons I've learned having a daughter is integrity. Like, you know, be a man of your word. You know, so if I tell my daughter, hey, I got you, I don't care what has to happen. I don't care if it fell through. I'm going to figure out a third, fourth, fifth way to make it happen. Because my word is everything to her. You know, I have 3 grandkids, you know, she has 3 kids. So it's like everything I've told her, you know, she's implemented in them. All 3 of them on honor roll now. They doing their thing, and I'm happy for her. Especially because my daughter's mom passed when she was 17, so I'm her own parent. So I'm her only parent. So it's hits different now. So I'm all she got. So it's like our relationship is very, very close now. We're very close now, even more. So I understand how important it is to be a man of your word, and to make them feel protected and make them feel important. You know, I used to be like, you know, men don't like, we don't like hearing y'all talk all day. Oh my God, you know. But having a daughter, I've learned to know the importance of that. Instead of looking at it as a nagging aspect, I'm looking at, hey, that's how they deal. You know, and you know, they ain't becoming no black Unabomber or nothing. They just talking, getting it out. You know what I'm saying? So you know, if that's what's gonna help you, then I will listen. I'm open ears. Both ears open to that. So I've learned that, you know, having a daughter, and it has really helped me understand women a lot more than I ever have. You know,
our kids are sponges.
Yes.
And my kid, all 3 of them, have picked up a lot of things that I did not know they picked up. And that's because I wasn't being intentional to not show that around them. For example, conflict with the other parent, or arguments, or, you know, having a conversation on the phone with a friend and they're listening. They pick up a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And then we see the behaviors and we wonder where they get it from.
Right. Yeah. Right. This is true. This is definitely true.
Well, I'm going to answer that question too, because you prompted that to me on more than one occasion.
I have.
I have a son, you know, and it's funny because even referring back to the incident that happened the other day, and we happened to be on the phone and you heard it, I am learning even more, you know, as my son gets older, as far as how I relate to men. You know, I feel as if when I'm talking to females, I have a certain dialect or a certain conversation and we get each other because we're females. but that same conversation doesn't apply with men.
And me and you have argued. Me and Shawanda went at it about that a lot.
You had to be very specific. You had to be extremely detailed in what you say, because if not, they are liable to do something totally opposite than what you've asked.
Right.
You know, now as females, we can kind of, we can give the short story, the short version, and we get it. We automatically get it. Men, it's not that easy.
You know what? When my mother was living and she had people over there, I made a joke and I said, hi, women talk to men. Y'all can't talk to us like y'all talk to your girlfriends. It's not gonna work. And I said, I'm gonna give you an example of how women talk to men and how they should talk to men. My mother tell me, hey, I need you to go in that room, go in that drawer and get that sock and bring me what's in the sock and bring it here. That's it. And you expect us to fill in the gaps. That's not how we think. This is how you should do it. The third room on the right.
I'm serious. And it's that
the
bad.
Third room on the right, nigga.
Yes.
Go to the closet on the left side of the room when you walk in.
Yes.
The bottom drawer, there is a striped sock. Bring the contents of that striped sock to me, please. If you do not do that, why do you think men go to the store and fuck up this? Hello? Why? I'm waiting, Sanders. I'm waiting. Take your time. You ain't gotta answer at once.
He called me by my last name. That's a military thing.
I'm gonna say, how do you mess that up? Why do we mess that up? Because you expect us to fill in the gaps. And men, we're not dumb. We just don't think the same.
Right.
If you leave stuff out, Shawan will call me and be like, Crouch, you know what? This time, next week, we're going to talk about that thing we talked about the other day. What? The hell are you? What? I'm sorry?
Which thing?
Honestly, I get frustrated. And I just like...
I said, and I engaged Shawana out. I said, look, and I'm just gonna be honest. I mean, because I can't do another way. You got to talk to me like I'm a fucking idiot. Talk to me slow. Like you got to give me all the details. I'm not an idiot, but my thing is, you can't expect me to fill in the gaps. That's not how my brain. And it took for her son
to do the same
thing.
Yeah.
Crouch, you know what? Okay, Gabe. Okay, David, I got it. I
That's exhausting though for us.
And it is.
So communicate, but you want us to communicate.
Wait a minute. Let me clarify.
Okay.
Let me clear up what I'm saying. Communication.
Mm-hmm.
Always reciprocity. We constantly. Don't ask me, hey, what should I get for your birthday? When I done told you 40, 11, 50 times, you know what I like if you're listening and paying attention and you're attentive, right?
Correct.
So when I say it's exhausting, if we got to say that every single solitary time for every single solitary thing, that's exhausting.
Well,
because at what point are you really listening?
Okay. Sure. I ain't gonna forget that. That's something I ain't gonna forget. I'm gonna put that in my mental Rolodex. But what I'm saying, like on the regular, like when you just come out of the blue and just start talking in the middle of the conversation, matter of fact, I turn my brain off every time Shawan does it. I'm turning it off. When you come back and start from the beginning, nigga, we can talk.
Listen, bless your heart. I'm gonna keep saying that. Bless your heart.
He does. All the time, but I think this is where my problem or issue lies, even with talking to you sometimes. Okay. Because yes, it is evident that you are grown, okay? But because of the fact that I haven't really been amongst a lot of grown mentality men.
Oh.
for me to, and I used to be that way. Like I would over explain every damn thing.
Okay,
and it got
to
the point where it was like, hey, why are you telling me all that? I don't want to know all of that. I don't need all that. I don't. So now it's like, okay, well, I ain't doing that no more. Now it's like it's imperative.
Okay, well, give me the option to say, okay, you're doing too much. Give me that option. I ain't had that option. I'm like, nigga, you ain't saying enough. Overcompensate for me, nigga. Yeah, give me all the smoke. I want all of it.
So girl, bless your whole heart. The entire thing. The arteries, the capillaries, the blood vessels. All.
You know what? LaVon, you're not gonna embarrass me in front of my co-host. You're not gonna do that.
That was not the intention. I promise.
What was that? Because we all can hear you. We all can hear you.
we
can all hear you.
That was not the intention.
Like,
I promise you, it was not the
intention. That nigga? Okay, we all can hear you.
Did you not say we should pray for one another?
We did.
Okay,
we did.
There you go.
So it's my fault. I'm not praying hard enough. That's my fault.
No, I'm not saying that. No, I wouldn't say that.
What are you saying?
I was just praying for her when I said bless her whole heart.
Oh, okay. Her. Okay, so I don't need the prayer. I don't need that.
You do. Bless your heart. Yeah. Bless both of y'all, because I tell you that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, gosh. I will say this because I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. But this was an amazing show.
It was
very enlightening. I love the wisdom that was dropped by you all. I love how we interacted, which we need more situations like this to happen.
Yeah.
I look forward to you coming back. I always like inviting people back.
Yes.
You know, and it could be something that something that you want to discuss or you want to get off your chest or you want to talk about. We would chop it up with you anytime.
She knows what we need to talk about next. We had a long interview.
We got a list of shows for her.
Okay,
cool. A list.
Cool.
And number one, thank you for having me. Thank you for even reaching out to me. This was amazing. I watched some of you guys' prior videos, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fit right in with them. Already.
And you did.
You gave me a lot that I wasn't expecting. I'm not gonna lie. I was ready for you, DC. I was not ready for you.
I know, and most people ain't. Most people ain't.
Okay, because next time I'm gonna be good. I think I did pretty well.
You did.
I did with you, but next time I'm gonna be tip top shape.
Okay, bet. Okay,
I'm trying to roll with the Mohicans.
All right, man.
I'm going to be in the Mohican Club. No, but seriously, this was amazing. I appreciate the offer because I love what you two are doing. I don't see enough of this, men and women sharing, co-partnering, networking. Most times it's usually like the pastor and his wife type of scenario.
Yep.
And we gotta get away from that, and we gotta have these conversations because it's so needed, it's so necessary, and it's so important. So I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm super excited to come back. Because I got a lot to say. I do. I have a lot to say. But I have a lot to say that matters. So there's a difference. I don't just talk just to talk.
I like that.
So yeah, thank you both very much.
I like that.
So let everyone know where they can find you on social media. And don't you have like an event coming up as well?
I do.
Yes.
Share.
Talk about that.
So I am working on my 7th conference. I've been doing Woo-Wee for 5 years now, so I need to update that bio because it's said 4 years in there, but it's been 5 years.
Okay.
I'm coming up on 6 years in November. But my 7th conference, this is something different because normally it's a conference with speakers. We're getting our nuggets, we're getting our gems. This time it's called I Shall Wear a Crown. I am crowning 7 amazing women in my city who are doing amazing things with their platform. The reason why one, we need to get into the habit of giving back to each other, because we don't do enough of it. These women, none of us do what we do to be recognized or to, well, she did this, so I'm gonna do this for her. That's not what I'm doing. I simply want to appreciate them for who they are, what they are to the community, and what they do. And what I find with a lot of let's just look at the music awards that we see every year. A lot of people get recognized for the same stuff. And I call these people unsung, because so many get overlooked.
Right.
So this is my way to give back to these 7 women. In addition to that, they get to crown 2 people that they will invite to the conference who have made a difference in their journey. Totally unexpected. The people don't know. So for me, it's going to be a joy to watch that. I will have speakers that will give, a speech and some gems and nuggets to take home. And each one of those women will speak about who they are, what they do, and why they do what they do. So I'm excited for it.
Okay.
Will we?
And where is this being held at? This is held.
I am in Roanoke, Virginia. However, there will be a virtual option, but I haven't told anybody that. And I know I'm on a live show, but there will be a virtual option. So if you cannot attend physically, you can attend via Zoom. Have someone that's going to live stream the entire conference. So when all that's set up, I will provide those details as well. So anybody can come.
Okay.
It's a brunch, so we get to eat. I have vendors already booked. We get to shop. We get to fellowship. We get to love on each other. It's just going to be an amazing day. I'm super excited for it.
What was that look for, crowd?
Yeah.
I have a question. I have a statement. Do you have any men situations, groups?
Thank you for bringing that up. Woo we is now woo we, woo me. The me is men's empowerment. I have men coming to this conference that will be speaking. Absolutely.
Okay. And when is this? I'm sorry.
September 30th from 11 to 3 p.m. If you need additional information, I'll give you my number and you can call me. I'm just playing. Pay me no attention.
Hilarious.
Pay me 0 attention.
Nah, I'm gonna do what you do to me. I'm gonna do what you do to me. Bless your heart. Bless. She means well, Lord. Bless her heart.
Pay me no attention. I just like to have a good time. I love to make people smile, but seriously, it is for men as well. I literally just brought men into the photo movie. I'm not trying to tell a man how to be a man. I can't do that. I'm not a man. But what I've learned is everything that I've been through in my life, a man was attached to that situation. Okay. So a lot of what I share, a man can gain from it as well. It's not just from women. And I want to bridge the gap between men and women because it's a big one. It's a big one. Yeah. So I can play my part and do my part.
I like that. So, and where can I find you on social media, your social media platforms?
You can find me on Facebook, Lavon Gravely, Grav is in Victor, Ely Sanders, SAN, no U, NDERS. You can find me on TikTok, Lavon Yvette. You can find me on IG at Lavon Yvette, YVETTE, and you can find me on Clubhouse as Say La Vie.
Oh, so you have aliases, huh? Okay, got it.
It's an alias, but LA-V is the first 3 initials of Lavon. Say means speak my name, so you don't ever forget my name.
I heard that.
Say La Vie. And I have a women's perfume titled Say La Vie by Woo Wee.
Is that right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Entrepreneur. Okay.
Yes.
right. Bless your heart. Okay. Well, let's say. Well, I will say this. Like I said, I extremely enjoyed you. I enjoyed your energy. I enjoyed you contributing to this amazing podcast. As my amazing co-host Shawan has as well. I'm pretty sure she has too. And we definitely look forward to you coming back, whatever that subject matter is. I hope you're ready for that smoke, because I'm coming too.
Oh, I know. Me and Shawan gonna have another conversation.
Right.
We're gonna revisit what we've already talked about. Now that I've met you, we're gonna have another conversation for sure. Yeah, for sure. Because I have to be prepared for you. That's what I need from this conversation, and I'm going to be prepared.
Unfortunately and unfortunately, you're correct. This is correct.
I know it's all good. I'm here for the challenge.
Okay, that's good.
I thrive in challenges. I'm just telling you.
It's called the iron sharpening the iron. That's all.
I love it. I
can't leave you dull. You know what I'm saying? I gotta leave you sharp.
I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. This is refreshing. I have to say, it really is. It's been refreshing.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it has.
So in bringing this to a close, I want to tell everyone, I have a thing I always say. I always call it the have and have-nots. And what that means is focus on what you have, be blessed in what you have, and whatever you don't have, God is preparing you for that. So always be focused on the have over the have, what you don't have. Have and have-nots. What about you, Miss Shawan Jones?
Well, Crouch, my famous line is, love is optional, but grace is free. And we need to extend a little more grace to people in our day-to-day life.
Well, in passing, thanks for enjoying another episode of Shaking Up the Algorithms. We love you all. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Thank you.
Find us on our social media page. Tune in for our next video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you won't miss out on any future episodes.